say one quick thing before we start. So please, for the sake of the dignity of my fiancé here, he thinks he has a chance against me, the queen of the Amazons, because he's king of Athens? Kind of embarrassing. So please, silence your cell phones, turn off and don't use flash photography. You don't want any record of this.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks how slowly this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out an old man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philistine, stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. Turn the melancholy forth to funerals, and hail companions not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love doing thee injuries, but I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reverence.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Good Aegeus, what's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander, and thy gracious duke. This man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung, with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy, with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevalence and unhardened youth. With cunning thou hast filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall either be to this gentleman or to her death. According to our law, we should be immediately divided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, for to you your mother should be as a goddess, one who composed your beauties, and one to whom you are but a form in wax, to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this case the other must be held the worthy.
I would my mother looked, but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes and twist your judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
It is the eyes of death which have forever obscure the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, for if you yield not to your mother's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun, chanting faint hymns to the full of fruitless moon. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled, and that which grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So I will grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I yield my patent unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, on the sealing day betwixt my love and me, Either prepare to die for disobedience to your mother's will, or else to wed Demetrius, as you would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and, Lysander, yield thy crane's tail to my certain right.
You have her mother's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry her?
Lysander, true, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him. And she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his, my fortunes every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nidar's daughter Helena and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon the spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much. But, Demetrius, come, dears. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your mother's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up to death or to a vow of single life. Come, Hippolyta. What cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial that dearly concerns yourself.
With duty and desire we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. But either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled to love.
or else misgrafted in respective years,
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged to young.
or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes?
Or, if there were a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the colleague night that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick, bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts, dreams, and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, steal forth tomorrow night thy mother's house, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance to a morn of May. There I will stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen, when the false Trojan under sail was seen. In that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair, that fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair, oh happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars and your tongue's a sweet air. Oh, sickness is catching? Oh, were favor so. Yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear would catch your voice, mine eye, your eye. My tongue would catch your tongue's sweet melody. The world were mine, Demetrius being fated. The rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns could teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty, would that fault were mine.
Take comfort, for he no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself shall fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh then, what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silvery visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time that lover's flight doth still conceal, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in the wood where often you and I, upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms with our counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us. And good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, if we must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow, deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu, as you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or others some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she, but what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know, and as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile, holding no quantity, love transforms to form and dignity. Love looks not with the mind, but with the eyes, and so is winged Cupid painted blind. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eye, he swore down oaths that he was only mine. And when such hails some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But here and I, to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You are best to call them general, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name which is thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude for the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, and then read the names of the actors, and so go to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Oh, a marvelous piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the Weaver.
now name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
Oh, Pyramus, yes. What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
Oh. That will ask for some tears in the true performing of it.
Francis Flute.
If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes.
Francis Flute.
I will move storms. Yes. Oh, I will condole in some measure. To the rest.
Are you done now? Francis Flute.
Yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely, or a part to tear a cat, to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from afar to make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Oh, name the rest of your actors. This is Hercules' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover's more condoling.
Shiny.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Pyrrhus.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, let not me play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
Oh, and I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Disney. Ah, Pyramus, I love you. You're Thisbe, dear, I love
No. You must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Sure, but... Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Pyrrhus.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker. Tom Snout.
Here, Peter Quinn.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner, you the lion's part. And I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lines part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I'm slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Oh, and I may find the lion too. I will roar, and I will do any man's heart good to hear it. I will roar, and I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again, huh? That's a monkey.
You should do it too terribly. You would frighten the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek. That were enough to hang us all.
I grant you, friends, that if we should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar, and for a nightingale,
You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall see in a summer's day, a most gentlemanlike man, Therefore you must needs play Pyramus. Please.
Gentlemen,
Gentlemen.
sweet face.
Sweet-faced.
I will undertake it. Oh, what beard were I best to play then?
Why, what you will.
I will discharge at your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, a fox-like beard, and who? You don't have a beard, huh? Oh, your French crown color beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all. And then you will play barefaced. But, masters, here are your parts. And I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to come on them by tomorrow night and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without town by moonlight. There will we rehearse. For, if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company and our devices known. Keep this on the down low. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of properties such as our play wants. And I pray you, fail me not.
There will we meet, and we will rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak, we meet.
Enough, hold it, bowstrings.
Now, spirit, whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire, I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere. And I serve the fair queen, to do her orbs upon the green. The cowslips tall her pensioners be, in their gold coat spots you see, these be rubies. Fairy favors, in their freckles live their savors. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lob of spirits, all be gone. The queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen not come within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because that she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forest wild. But she, perforce, withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen, but they do swear that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape in making quite, or else you are that shrewd and neighbor sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are you not he that frights the maidens in the villagery, skim milk, and sometimes labor in the corn, and bootless make the breathless housewife churn, and sometimes make the milk to bear no barm? Mislead night wanderers, laughing at their harm. Those that hobgoblin call you and sweet puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are you not he?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I just to Oberon and make him smile when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal, and sometime lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very image of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt, telling the saddest tale, sometime for 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bum, down topple she, and Taylor cries, and falls into a cough. And then the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth and knees, and swear a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress, would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash, wanton, am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of corn, sat all day playing on pipes of corn and bursting love to amorous Phillida.
Why art thou here, come from the farthest steep of India? But that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon. Your buskin mistress and your warrior love to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity?
How canst thou, thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst not thou lead him through the glimmering night from Pergiana, whom he ravished, and make him with fair Aglaes break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are forgeries of jealousy, and never, since middle summer spring, met we on a hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by pay fountain, or by rushy brook, or in the beach margin of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brows thou hast disturbed our sport. The winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, hath sucked up from the sea contagious fogs that, falling in the land, hath made every pelting river so proud it hath overborne its continents. The ox, therefore, stretched his yoke in vain. The plowman lost his sweat, the green cord rotted, ere his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field. The crows are fatted with the rain flock. The nine men's morse is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green, for lack of tread, are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is with Caroline blessed. The moon, governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this distemperature, we see the seasons alter. The hoary-headed frost falls on the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Hymes's thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is, as in mockery, set. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter, change their mazed liveries, and the wanted world, by their increase, now knows not which is which. This same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are the parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fair land buys not the child. His mother is a votaress of my order, and in the spice Indian air by night, full often hath she gossiped by my side and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sand, marking the embarked traders on the flood, watching the sails conceive and grow, big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, following, with pretty and with swimming gait, her womb, then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles and return again, as from a voyage, rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake, I do rear up that boy. For her sake, I will not part with him.
Wow. How long within this one intend you stay then?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance our rounds and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away! I shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come here. Dost thou remember since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such a delucid and harmonious breath that even the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music?
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all armed, a certain aim he took at a fair vestal thorned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow. But I should see Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votaress passed on in maiden meditation, fancy-free. It marked I where the bolt of Cupid had fallen. It fell upon a little western flower, once milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love and idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once, and bring it to me here again, and the Leviathan consume a leaf.
I'll put a girdle around the earth in 40 minutes.
It's that way? Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she's asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. Then the next thing she then looks upon, be it lion or bear or wolf or bull, unmeddling monkey or unbusy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? For I'm invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I love you not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll stay, the other stayeth me. Thou hast told me they stole unto these woods, and here I am, and wood within wood, because I cannot meet my fair Hermia. Therefore, go and get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but you draw not iron for my heart, as true as steel. Leave your power to draw, and I'll have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or do I not, in plainest truth, tell you that I cannot, nor do not, love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I'm your spaniel. And Demetrius, the more you beat me, the more I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Strike me, spurn me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, as unworthy as I am, to follow you. For what worser place can I beg in your love than to be used as you use your dog?
You do. Don't tempt too much the hatred I fear, for I'm sick when I do look upon thee.
Oh, and I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to cast yourself into the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the ill concert of night and of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Then how can you say that I am in the night? Nor doth this word lack worlds of company, for you, in my respect, are the whole world. Then how can you say that I am alone when the whole world is here to look on me?
I'll run for thee and hide in the brakes and leave thee to the mercy of the wild beasts.
The wildest hath not a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies!
Let me go. I will not stay thy question. Therefore, do not believe. But if thou hast follow me, I shall do thee mischief in the woods.
I, in the temple, in the town, in the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. But I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of this hell to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it to me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and nodding violet grows, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk rose, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. There the snake throws her gnawed skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. With the juice of this I'll streak her eyes, and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth, Anoint his eyes, but do when the next thing he should espy may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. And affect it with some care, that he may prove more fond upon her than her upon her love. And they went that way.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come, now a roundel and a fairy song, and for the third part of a minute hence, some to kill cankers in the muskrose buds, some to war with rear mice for their leathern wings, to make my small elves' coats, and some to keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices, and let me rest.
Used by snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs be not seen, newts and blind worms do no wrong, come not near our fairy queen. Weaving spiders come not here, hence ye long-legged spinners hence, beetles black approach not near, worm not now do no offense. Hence away, now all is well. One aloof, stand sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love. Take love and anguish for his sake. When thou wakest, in thy eye that shall appear, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood. Come on. And to speak truth, I have forgot the way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander, but find you out of bed, for I upon this bank shall rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one head, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay! For my sake, my dear, lie further off. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained in oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now, much beshrew my manners and my pride, if I meant to say Lysander lied, but, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. So far be distant. And good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen to that fair prayer, say I. And then in life when I in loyalty, here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed. Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night and silence, who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid, and
hear the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl upon thine eyes I throw all the powers this charm doth own. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleepy seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon. Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee, hence not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou darkly leave me? Do not so.
Stay, on thy peril I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoever she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears, for if so, mine are more oftener washed than hers. No, no, I am as ugly as a bear, for beasts that meet me do run away for fear. Therefore no marvel, Demetrius, do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and disassembling glass of mine made me compare to Hermia's fiery eyne? But who's here? Lysander on the ground. Dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander. Say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? But Hermia still loves you. Then be content.
Content with Hermia? I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love, who will not change a raven for a dove. The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I, being young till now, ripe not to reason, but touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I o'erlook love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve such scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I never did, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eye? But you must flout me for my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong. Good sooth you do, in such a disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well, perforce I must confess, I thought you a lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused might be of another abused.
She sees not Hermia? Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near. For as a surefeit to the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave are hated most of those they did deceive, so thou, my surefeit and my heresy, of all be hated, but the most of me. And all my powers address your love and might, to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me. Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my chest. Ay me, for pity. What a dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander. What? Removed? Alack, where are you? Speak if you hear. Speak of all loves. I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive that you are not nigh. Either death or you will I find immediately.
Are we all met?
Pat, pat. And here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our towering house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, bully bottom?
There are some things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will not please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword and kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By Larkin, a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say we do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And, for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom, the weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Make it 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afraid of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Gentles, we ought to consider with ourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wildfowl than a lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he's not a lion.
Nay. Half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he must speak forward through saying thus, yes, saying thus, or to the same effect, ladies.
Ladies.
Or, fair ladies, I would wish you.
Fair ladies, I would wish you.
Yes, or, I would request you.
I would request you.
No, or, I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble. My life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity of my life. For I am not a lion, but a man, as other men are. Got it? There. And there let him name his name and say that he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there are 2 hard things. That is, we must have moonlight in the chamber, for you know Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine the night we play our play?
Oh, a calendar. You want calendar? No. Calendar.
Doth thou give me thy calendar?
Oh, calendar! Oh, Tom.
Doth thou open thy calendar? Many thanks.
Quickly.
Oh.
Come on.
Tom!
Quickly. Come on.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Why then, we may leave a casement of the great chamber window open where we play our play, and Well. And the moon may shine in Athens.
Aye. Or else one must come with a bush of thorns and a lantern and say he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. Yes.
Doth us take a self-portrait?
Then there is another thing. Oh, no. We must have a wall in the great chamber. For Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall.
Nay, you cannot present a wall. What say you, madam?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some loam or some rough cast about. Oh, come. Or let him hold his finger. Right here. Let him hold his fingers thus. No. See. Thus. No. Thus. And through that cranny may Pyramus and Thisbe, whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. But come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you've spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What helping homespuns have we swaggering here? So near the cradle of our fairy queen. What? A play tour? I'll be an auditor. An actor too, perhaps, if I see fit.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth. Odors.
Dear Thisbe, the flowers of odious savors sweet.
Odors. Still odors.
Odors. The flowers of odious savors sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice! Stay thou here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
Appear? A stranger Pyramus than ever played here.
Must I speak now?
I, Mary, must you? For you must understand that he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose and triumphant career, most brisky juvenile, most lovely Jew. As true as horse that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninus's tomb. Why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You must speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh. As true as horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous, so strange!
outside of your own, do you?
Oh, bless thee, bottom. Bless thee, thou art translated.
Did you? What? I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place. I will walk up and down here and I will sing. I will sing and they know I am not afraid. What's a good song? The use of cock so black of hue, with orange honey dew. The flowers so wet, there's no so true, the red little queen. The princess sparrow and the lark, the prince on cockle grey, who's no for many a man doth mark and dare not answer me. For indeed, who would set his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would tell the lie that would cry cuckoo never so?
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed? I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ears much enamored of thy note, mine eye much enthralled to thy shape, and thy fair virtue force perforth doth move me on first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. But to say the truth, love and reason keep little company these days. The more the pity that some honest neighbors won't make them better friends. Nay, I can blink upon occasion.
Thou art wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. But if I had enough wit to get out of this wood, I'd have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt stay here whether thou wilt, or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. Summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me, and I shall give thee fairies to fetch thee jewels from the deep. Sit right here. And they shall sing while on pressed flowers doth sleep, and I shall purge your mortal grossness, so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moat, and mustard seed.
Ready? Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks, gambol in his eyes, feed him apricots and dewberries, green grapes, purple mills, and mulberries. The honey bags, steal from the humble bees. And as for the night tapers, crop their waxen thighs and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes. To have my love to bed and to arise. Nod some elves and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal.
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
Good Master Cobweb. I shall desire you more acquaintance. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman? Your name?
Peas blossom.
Good Master Peas Blossom. Oh, commend me to your mother, Mistress Squash, and your father, Master Peascod. I shall desire you more acquaintance too. Your name, sir?
Mustard seed.
Good Master Mustard Seed. I know your patience well. That same cowardly, giant-like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I swear your kindred hath made mine eyes water ere now. I shall desire you of more acquaintance, Master Mustard Seed.
Come, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue, bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awaked yet. and what it next was that came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. How now, mad spirit, what night rule about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that worked for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick-skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene, and entered into a break, when I did him at disadvantage take. An ass's knot I fixed on his head. Anon, his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, when they him espy, as wild geese the Russian fowler eye, or many-colored, rising in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, so at his sight, away his fellows fly. And, at our stamp, here, o'er and o'er one falls. He murder cries and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, do senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When at that moment, so it came to happen, Titania awakened, and straightway loved an ass.
Oh, this falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet matched the Athenians' eyes with the love juice as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian maiden by his side, that when she waked, of force he must be eyed.
Stand aside. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on thy bitter foe.
Now I but chide. But I should use thee worse, for thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'ershoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. For the sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon as this whole earth may be bored. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
And so should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering spheres.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Ah, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once tell true even for my sake. Durst thou have even looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung!
You spend your passion on misplaced moods, for I'm not guilty of Lysander's blood, or is he dead for all I can tell?
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There's no following her in this fierce vein. Therefore, here for a while I shall stay. For sorrows heavy enough doth heavier grow, that sorrows bankrupt doth sorrow owe. That, in some slight measure, now it shall pay, if by his tender here I stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy mispersion must perforce ensue some true love turn, not false turn true.
Then fate o'errules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood go swifter than the wind, and look Helena of Athens thou find. All fancy sick she is pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion see thou bring her here, I'll charm his eyes against she to appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than an arrow from the Tartar's bow.
They went that way. Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink an apple of his eye, and when his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and you, mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Silence a while, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then will two at once woo one, and that must needs be sport alone.
Why should you think that I should woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born, in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh devilish holy fray. These vows are Hermia's, will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in two scales, will equal weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment unto her, I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now that you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine. To what, my love, shall I compare thine eyes? Oh, crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe in show thy lips, those kissing cherries, tempting grow. Congealed white, Tartar snow, fanned with eastern winds, turned to a crow. When I raise thy hand, oh, let me kiss. Thy princess of pure white, thy seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell, I see you are all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me this much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? You are both rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision? None of noble sort would so extort a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make your sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so. For you love Hermia, this you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, I are none. If I e'er loved her, all that love is gone. My heart is but a guess why I sojourned. And now, to Helen, it is home returned, there to remain.
Helen, that is not so.
Whoa.
sight that from the eye his function takes. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found. Mine ear, I think, it brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stand whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why sayest thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy? Injurious Hermia, ungrateful maid, have you two conspired? Have you, with these, contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the sisters' vows, the hours we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us? Oh, is all forgot, all school days friendship, childhood innocence. We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have both with our needles created one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, our voices and minds had been incorporate. And you will rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in mocking your poor friend. 'Tis not friendly, 'tis not maidenly, our sex as well as I chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words, but I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and my face, and your other love, Demetrius, who did but now spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine, precious, celestial? Wherefore he speaks this to her he hates, and wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth, affection, but by your setting on, by your consent, what though I am not so as hung upon with love as you, so fortunate, but miserable most. This you should pity rather than despise.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I do persevere counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other. Hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well, 'tis partly my own fault, which death or absence shall soon remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. Can I entreat? I love my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Can I entreat? I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life, I do.
I love you more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where to tends all of this?
But you little dwarf.
Do not come, for I perceive you are a weak man.
Hang off.
He breaks loose.
I'll fling let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? Sweet love.
Thy love. Out, tawny Tartar, out! Out, loathed medicine, oh, hated potion, hence!
Do you not jest?
I sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I will not trust your word, for I perceive but a weak bond holds you.
Now she holds... what should I kill her? Strike her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Could you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? What news, my love? Am not I, Hermia? Are not you, Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Oh, the gods forbid.
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt, be certain, nothing truer, 'tis no jest, that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love. What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine in faith. Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you.
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, she hath prevailed with him. What, are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? How low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach unto thy eyes. What? No, get away from here. Out my way, you. Look over there. Okay, I'm sorry. Look. Bring it in. Come on. Not even. Come on. I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry. Get out! Get out! She just
Off with her.
Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Back here. No.
Let me out of Raby! Though they mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in truishness. You may think because she is something lower than myself.
Lower? Match her! Hark again! Again! Say to my face!
Good Hermia! Gentle Hermia! Do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsels. Never wronged you. Save that. In love unto Demetrius, I told him of yourself into this wood.
There it is.
He followed you. For love I followed him. But he hath chid me hence, and threatened me too. To strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. What the heck, man? But now you will let me quack go to Athens, where bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why then, get you gone. Who's it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not.
Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school. And though she be but little, she's fierce.
Little again? Nothing but low and little. Why would you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her!
Get you gone, you dwarf! You minimus of hindering nutgrass maid! You bead, you acorn!
When never so little of love did thou show to Hermia. Therefore, go and get thee gone.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine be most in Helena.
by jowl.
Oh yeah, grab the grapes. Yeah. You, mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back. I will not trust you, nor stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though. To run away! What is that? Wait, I swear when I get my hands on you! Oh, I am amazed and know not what to say.
Still thou mistakest, or else committest thy knaveries wilfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far, blameless proves my enterprise that I did anoint an Athenian's eyes. And, to be honest, I am glad it did thus sort, as in this their jangling, I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hie, therefore, Robin, overcast the night, the starry welkin cover thou anon, with drooping fogs black as Archon. Then lead these testy rivals so astray, as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander sometime frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrawn. Then sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus. Till death over their brows, counterfeiting sleep, with laden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. Then back to Athens shall the lovers wend, whose league date till death shall never end. Whiles I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy. Then I will her charmed eye release from monster's view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste. For night's swift dragon cuts the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts, wandering here and there, troop home to churchyards. Damned spirits all, that in crossways and floods have burial, already to their wormy beds are gone. For fearless day should look their shames upon, they themselves willingly exile from light, and must for aye consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort, and I with the morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester through the groves may tread, even till the eastern gate all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns into yellow gold his salt green streams. But make haste, make no delay, we may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I knew you were right. Oh, sorry. I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Where art thou, Lysander? Speak. Where art thou, coward? Where thou hide thy head? In some bush?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes thou lookest for wars, and wilt not come? Come, recreant, come, thou child, I'll whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
There thou.
He goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, he is gone. This villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. That Fallen am I in dark and even way, and here will rest me. Come thou gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Thou coward. Thou hast intended to trick me, shifting every air place. Where thou now? Speak.
Come hither, I am here.
Thou hast mocked me, shifting every air place, never stares to look me in the face. But now, tiredness constrains me. If by day I see thy face, thou shalt abide it dear.
Oh, weary night. Oh, long and tedious night. Abate thy hours. Shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight. From these that my poor company detest. And sleep, that sometimes shuts up songs eye, steal me away a while from mine own company.
Yet but 3? Come one more. 2 of both kinds makes 4. Ah, here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor fools.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars, I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me, till the break of day. Heaven's shield Lysander, if they meet a fray.
On the ground sleep sound. I'll fly to your eyes and to lover remedy. When the wind is to delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverbs show that every man should take his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, not shall go ill, the man shall have his mare again, and all will be well.
That is all for now. We gotta get these guys backstage before Act 2 starts, so feel free to take a break, grab some food during intermission. Thank you.
Thick musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready?
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready?
Monsieur Cobweb, good Monsieur. Get you your weapons in your hand and catch me a red-hipped humblebee on top of a thistle. And, good Monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, Monsieur. And, good Monsieur, have a care that the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with a honey bag. Where is Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready?
Give me your knee. Ah, there it is. Pray you leave your courtesy.
What's your will?
Nothing but to help cavalry Cobweb to scratch. I must to the barber's. Methinks I am marvels hairy about the face, and I am such a tender ass. If my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch. Oh.
What? Will thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear in music. I'll have the tongues and bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly, a peck of provender. I could munch your dry oats. Methinks I am desirous of a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no equal.
I've venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I'd rather have a peck or two of dried peas, but have your people not disturb me. Methinks I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. So doth the honeysuckle, the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist the female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. How I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity, for meeting her of late behind this wood, seeking sweet favors for this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her, for she has hairy temples, head rounded with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew which sometime on the buds was wont to swell like round orient pearls, stood now within the pretty floweret's eyes, like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. Then, when I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy. I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And, my gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he awaking when the others do, may all back to Athens again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first I will to my fairy queen. Beest thou wast wont to be, seest thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud o'er Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now wake you, Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions I've seen. Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
Oh, gosh. How come these things to pass? How I do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Puck, take off this head. Titania, strike music call, and strike more dead than common sleep of all these five the sense.
Music, music, such as charmeth sleep.
Now, when thou wakest with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly. There shall the pairs of faithful lovers be wedded with Theseus all in jollity.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
In silent sad trip we after night's shade the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Go, one of you, and find the forester, for now our operation is prepared. And since we have the voward of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the western valley, dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, fair queen, go up to the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echoing conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when, in a wood of Crete, they bayed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding. For besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry.
My hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind, so flued, so sanded. Their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew, crook-kneed like Thessalian bulls. A cry more tunable was never heard in Crete, in Sparta, nor in Thessaly. Judge when you hear. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep, and this Demetrius, this Lysander, and this Helena, old Nedar's Helena. I wonder of their being here, together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here. Go, bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns.
Yesterday we were sitting like really far apart. And then...
Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. Begin these woodbirds but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all, stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world, that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly. Half sleep, half waking. But as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly would I speak, and now I do bethink me so it is, I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of the Athenian
Enough! Enough, my lord! You have enough! I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away, they would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me, you of your wife, and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, Helen told me their stealth into this wood, and their purpose hitherto. I, in theory, hither followed. Helena, in fancy, following me. Yet, I know not by what power, but by some power be, my love to Hermia melted, as if snow. And now it seems to me as the remembrance of an idle god, which, in my childhood, I did dote upon. The object and pleasure mine eye is to Helena alone, which I was ere betrothed, Hermia. I did loathe this food. Yet now, as if in health, I come to love it, long for it, and forevermore will be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple by and by, these couples shall eternally be knit. As for our purposed hunting, it shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem cloudy and distant, like distant mountains turn into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye when everything seems double.
So methinks, and I found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Was the Duke not here, and did he not bid us to follow him?
Yea, and my mother.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Then let us go and recount our dreams as we go.
When my cue comes, call me. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hey-ho. Peter Quince. Flute the bellows mender? Snout the tinkerer? Starveling? Oh, God's my life. Stolen hence and left me asleep. Say, I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream, past the wit of man, to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he expound upon this dream. Methought I was. No man can say what methought I was. No, methought I was. Methought I had. Man is but a patched fool to offer what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen, man's hand is not able to taste, his heart to report what dream this was. I will have Peter Quince write a ballad of this dream, and it will be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. Huh? Get it? Yes? Oh, and I will sing it in the latter end of the play. Peradventure, to make it more gracious, I will sing it at her death. Huh? Yes. Where's Athens? This way.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt he is transported.
If he comes not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he is simply the best wit of any handicraftsman in Athens.
Yes, and the best person, too. He is a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless, is a thing of naught.
Oh, masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet boy. Oh, sweet. Oh, sweet. Bully Bottom. Thus hath he lost 6 pence a day during his life. He cannot escape 6 pence a day. And the Duke had not given him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6 pence a day and Pyramus are nothing.
Bottom! Oh, most gracious day, most happy hour! Bada, 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 bada.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders. But ask me not why. I am not true Athenian if I tell you. I will tell you everything, right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet bottom.
Not a word of me. All I will tell you is that the Duke hath died.
He dies?
Get your apparel together. New strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Every man look o'er his part. Meet presently at the palace. For the short and the long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have new linen, and let him that plays the lion's part not pare his nails, they'll hang out his lion's claws. And most dear actors, eat no onions.
Oh.
Yes. Nor garlic. You come all of it. For we are to utter sweet breath. And I have no doubt, hear them say, it is a sweet comedy. Now away, go away. Oh.
'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lover, the lunatic, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than hell can hold. 'Tis the madman. The lover, all is frantic, sees Helen's beauty in a brow of Egypt. The poet's eye, in fiery frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven, and gives to airy nothing but a local habitation and a name. Or, in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed a bear?
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, 'tis more witnesseth than fancy's images, and grows to something of great consistency, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends.
To us, wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to pass away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and our bedtime? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment do you have for this evening? How shall we pass this lazy time without some delight?
There is a brief of how many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. We'll have none of that. The thrice three muses mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. That is some satire not suiting for a nuptial ceremony. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical, tedious and brief. That is some hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, but 10 words, my noble lord. It is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play, there is no one word apt. One player fitted. And tragically, my noble lord, it is Pyramus that kills himself, which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made my eyes water. The more merry tears and loud laughters ever shed.
What are they that do play it?
And we shall hear it.
Oh, no, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and extremely stretched and con with cruel pain to do your service.
I will hear that play, for nothing can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness o'ercharged and duty in his services perishing.
Why, my sweet, you shall hear no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
Where I have come, nobles have purposed to meet me with prepared welcomes, where I have seen them tremble in fear and freeze in the middle of sentences and throttle their practiced accents in their fears. Trust me, sweet, I picked a welcome in modesty of fearful duty. I read as much from the tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence, and least speak most to my capacity.
So please, your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we should offend, it is with our goodwill, that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill, to show our simple skill that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come but in despite. We do not come as minded to content you. Our true intent is, all for your delight, we are not here. That you should here repent you, the actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand upon points.
He hath rid his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not to stop.
Indeed, he doth play on this prologue like a child on a recorder. A sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know this beauteous lady, Thisbe is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth represent wall, that vile lawyers should these lovers sunder. And through all shame for souls they are content to whisper at the wish, and no men wonder. This man with lantern dog, a bush of thorn presenteth moonshine, for if you will know by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet, and nine is tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast which lion height by name, the trusty Thisbe coming first by night did scare away, or rather did affright, and as she fled her mantle she did fall, which lying by with bloody mouth did stain, and on comes Pyramus, sweet youth and song, finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain, whereat with blade, with bloody blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast, and Thisbe tearing in mulberry shade, his dagger drew, and died. For all the rest of the lion, moonshine wall, and lovers slain, at large disgraced, well here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion can speak.
No wonder, my lord, one line may when many asses do.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think. That had in it a crannied hole, or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often, very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
This is the wittiest petition I ever did hear, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall, silence.
look tonight. O night with hues so black. O night, whichever art when day is not. O night, alack, 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 alack.
Stop.
I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. And thou, O wall, O sweet and lovely wall, which separates her father's ground from mine. Thou, O wall, O sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thy chink to blink through, thy chink. No, here. No, and you. But what I see? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, curse be thy stones for deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, she should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the hole in the wall. You will see it fall out past, I tell you.
Hurry up. Oh, wall, philosopher hast not heard my moans, for parting my fair. Fear missing me, my cherry lips so often kiss thy stones, with lime and handed up to me.
I see a voice. Now I will to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe?
My love, thou art my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy true love's grace, and like Lamander, am trusty still.
And I, like Helen, to the fates be killed.
Not Shafalus to Procrus was so true.
As Shafalus to Procrus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
Kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou
Ninus's tomb.
Ninus's tomb meet me straight away.
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, well, my part discharged so. The bird. And being done, thus while away doth go.
Now is the wall down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse, if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
Well, if we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, then they may pass for excellent men. Ah, here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion. Yep, it's a lion.
You ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest.
Still monstrous.
Monstrous mouse that creeps on floor may now perchance both quake and tremble here when lion rough in wildest rage doth roar. Then know that I, as Snug the joiner, am a lion fell, nor else no lion's dam. For if I should, as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast and of good conscience.
very best beast, my lord.
This lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I am sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. It is well, leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This lantern doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He is no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lantern doth the horned moon present. Myself the man in the moon do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lanthorn. How else is it the man in the moon?
He dares not come there for the candle, for you see, it's already in snuff.
I am weary of this moon. What he would change.
It appears by his small light of discretion that he is in the wane, but we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that the lantern is the moon, I the man in the moon, this thorn bush my thorn bush, and this dog my dog.
One of the biggest mistakes of all. For the dog, the landform, and the man should be in the moon. Never mind. Here comes Thisbe.
What's his old name?
Ninus's tomb.
Where is Bob?
Roar, roar.
Roar.
Well roared, lion!
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly, the moon shines with good grace.
Well, mouse, lion.
And here comes Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious, golden, glittering
Gleams. It's a word.
gracious, golden, glittering gleams.
Gleams.
Gracious, golden, glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe's sight. But stay, O spite! But mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is this? Eyes, do you see? How can it be?
Quack.
Quack. Oh, dainty duck! Oh, dear! Thy mantle good? What? Stained with blood? Oh, come, ye furies fell! Fates, come, come! Cut, thread, and thrum! Quell, crush, conclude, quell!
It appears that this passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
It shrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lions frame? Since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear, which is, no, oh no, which was the fairest babe that lived, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears confound.
is dead, he is nothing.
With the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and yet prove an ass.
How chance Moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover?
She will find him by starlight. Yonder she comes, and her passion ends in play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus.
A moat will turn the balance. Which is better? He for a man, God warrant us. She for a woman, God bless us.
And she hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means videlicet.
Asleep, my love? What? Dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, her eyes. Speak, speak. Quite dumb? Dead? Dead? Two must cover thy sweet eyes. His cherry nose, his lily lips, his yellow cowslip cheeks are gone. Are gone. Lovers, make moan.
Oh no!
His eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come. Come to me. Come. Now! Now! With hands as pale as milk, lay them in gore. Give me here. Lay them in gore. Yeah. Since you of shore with shears his thread of silk. Tongue not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade my breast to brew. And farewell, friends. Hasta bien. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and Wall too.
Oh, no, no. The wall is down which separated their father's land. Wert thou to hear an epilogue or a bergamot?
No epilogue, I pray you, for your play needs no excuse. For when the players are all dead, none need be blamed. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers, to bed, 'tis almost fairy time. I fear we, as much as this palpable gross play have overwatched, shall outsleep the coming more. Lovers, to bed.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all with weary task fordone.
Now the wasted brands do glow, and the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud.
Now it is the time of night when all the graves, all gaping wide, every one lets forth its sprite, in churchway paths to glide.
And we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team, from the remembrance of the sun, falling darkness like a dream, now our frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house.
I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray, through this grove give glimmering light, by the dead and drowsy fire, every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar.
First rehearse your song by rote, with each word a warbling note. Hand in hand, with fairy grace, will we sing and bless this place.
And this ditty after me, sing and dance it trippingly, and the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be.
And the issue there create ever shall be fortunate, so shall all the couples three ever true and loving be.
And the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand, never mole, hair, lip, nor scar, nor mark prodigious such as are.
Despised in nativity shall upon their children be. With this field do consecrate, every lover take her gate.
And each several chamber bless through this palace with sweet peace.
And the owner of it blessed, ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay. Meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, whilst these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the puck a liar call. So, good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.